stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere. What they saying, loot is back. Blame it on that contour. The hood call it Ludiac. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like serving tight like a million. Last time on a college remix, now I'm on the already. Never count me out. Y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts. Accountants count me in. Make millions every year. The South's champion. Cause all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Swerving in my low-low, head on a swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly back it up, go.
Welcome you back here for Game 2 between the Red Wings and the Power. Geneva now up to 9-8 on the year. Niagara going down to 6-13 following the Game 1 loss. They're now lost 7 consecutive games. Geneva on their biggest win streak of the year, 3. First pitch in there for a called strike from Orion Daly. We're underway in Game 2. And the home crowd of Geneva is enjoying this every bit that they can. It's Caden Carl leading things off. Next pitch cut out and miss for a strike 0-2. It'll be Carl. Here's a lineup for the Power. It'll be Carl, Morris, Ujima, Simmons, Lobender, Fairbrother, Hart, Huff, DeCarlo, and O'Brien. Next pitch misses, and the count goes to 1-2. And it'll be Orion Daly on the mound for Geneva. In the second game. Next pitch misses, and the count is even at 2-2. Trying to catch him swinging at a few balls in the dirt, but Carl is wisely laying off. The count's even at 2-2. It's 2-2 home. Cut out and miss, strike 3, and that's the first out of the ball game. One away, and that'll bring up Billy Morris to the dish. The second baseman batting .400 on the year for the Power. Playing his 9th game for Niagara. Orion Daly for the Red Wings. Come out of Fitchburg State University. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. Out of Nantucket, Massachusetts originally, a 6'3" freshman, 215 pounds. The righty is pretty heavy and has a lot of strong muscles. Next pitch cut on and miss, and that looks a count to 0-2. Daly looking for another one with Ujima on deck, shortstop. Next pitch misses the zone. The count goes to 1-2. Comes a 1-2 home. It's a sign. Kicks and deals. Misses outside. Even the count at 2-2. Try to get him catch a few breaking balls outside. But he's laying off pretty well. Even the count at 2. One gone here in the top of the first. Game 2 between the Red Wings and the Power. Game 1, Geneva took down the Power 1-0. Next pitch is swung on, hit to center field. Or there's Geneva center fielder to make the grab for the second out. Quickly 2 up and 2 gone to start off this second game. And now bringing in will be Julian Ujima, Quinnipiac University Bobcat. Digs in. With 2 men gone in the top of the first. Geneva having a bit of a home crowd for the second game. Something a little more quiet in the first game. First pitch misses up high. Ball 1, 1-0 to the Niagara righty. Comes a 1-0 offering. Swung on and popped foul towards the backstop out of play, so the count will go to 1-1, excuse me. Ujima batting .295 on the year, had a pair of punch outs in the last game, and had a 1-out double in the top of the 6th. 1-1 offering. Runs in and it looks like it hits Ujima, but they're saying it didn't, so the count will go to 2-1. Daly is really starting to throw a lot of pitches inside to Daly. I mean, just to Ujima, excuse me. Shane Ducks behind the plate, catching for the Red Wings in Game 2. Next pitch is swung on and hit on the ground to second. Makes a throw to first for Gorman, and that's the inning. 1-2-3 inning to get things rolling here in Geneva for Game 2 between the Niagara Power and the Red Wings. Right back in just a moment for the bottom of the first, where the Red Wings will get their at-bats, and it's 0-0 game. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube. Kicking into the home half of the first inning we go. Mark Trotta will lead things off. He's playing in left field for Geneva in the second game. Leading off, so the lineup for Geneva will be Trotta, Hitman, Circe, Ortiz, Gorham, Jaffe, Kumpf, Jelpy, Ducks, and McDermott. First pitch in there for a called strike, and trouble with the PA announcer once again. Oh, 1 offering to Trotta. This is upstairs for a ball, even the count at 1-1. We're back here from home half of the first. Trotta batting .205 in the year. After that previous game, excuse me. Trotta kicks in 2-1. I do apologize. A little bit of technical difficulties on my end, but we're underway and rolling. Mark Trotta, the left fielder for Geneva tonight, he kicks in 2-1. Offering upstairs, that evens the count at 2-2. Excuse me, makes the count 3-1. The 3-1 offering from Kinney. Misses inside, ball 4, so Trotta will get on first. It'll be a leadoff walk to start with the bottom of the first for Geneva. Geneva currently in a 3-game win streak, coming off of a tie against Syracuse yesterday in an exhibition game. Now batting is Max Hitman. He's playing second base in this game. He played short in the previous ball game against Niagara. Comes the first pitch inside for a ball, 1-0. Trotta's at first. Surse is on deck. He had a home run in the previous game. He'll love to have 2 home runs in one day. Next pitch misses down low, moves the count to 2-0, and Kinney is struggling at the plate, at the mound right now, trying to find the zone. Had to give a leadoff walk and is now struggling with the next batter for Geneva. Next pitch is swung and hit into shallow right field. Running in to make the catch with the right fielder, and he makes it for the first out of the inning. Big crowd here at this game, probably the biggest crowd that this team has seen all year long. And now it's kicking in. It's a power righty from Alfred State, Nick Surse, the designated hitter today, which many might think he might be pitching, if that's a possibility, if he's going to be in relief. And everybody's chanting Nick Surse because they know how much of a they're all doing the Nick chant here. They all know how much of a deep threat he can be to Niagara. First pitch misses outside, wide, 1-0, and AJ Kinney is trying to find the best way to pitch to Surse, who batted .288 on the year with 4 home runs for Geneva. All 4 have been home in McDonough Park. The only Geneva hitter to get one out of the park this season, and they take a look back at first for Trotta. And the Geneva team is loving it. This is the biggest crowd that they've had to a game at all yet. And the loudest, not the biggest, the loudest crowd they've had in attendance so far this season, and we're about halfway through. Next pitch is swung and popped back, foul. Counts even at 1-1. Ray Ortiz, he's playing shorts today. On deck, he will be next. Trotta at first, 1 man gone in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mark Trotta, bottom of the first. Kinney gets a sign, kicks and deals, and swings one back, foul towards me, and the count goes to 1-2. Throwing a lot of fastballs, however, Surse has been getting a piece of them. All 4 home runs that Surse has hit has gone and almost hit the McDonough Park gold scoreboard. Check swing is foul. The count goes even at 2-2. Excuse me, still is 1-2. Kinney gets a sign. Takes a look over at first. Kicks and deals. Swung on one and popped foul towards the bleachers, out of play. So we'll do it again, 1-2. So 5 pitches in this at-bat so far. Already working the count. Sixth pitch at bat will go wide. The count goes even at 2-2. 14 plus pitches already in this inning for Kinney. This is what Geneva has to work on, is working the count up, because these college kids on the mound, they can only have a max of about 80 to 85 pitches per game, because they don't want to overuse their arms before they go back to school next year. And that's in there. Called strike 3 out the outside corner for the second out of the inning. Nick Surse not happy with that call, but nonetheless, 2 gone in the inning. Now brings up, should have been Ray Ortiz, but it looks like Mike Gorham is stepping in. I guess I got the lineups mixed up a little bit. Don't know how that happened. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 to Mike Gorham. Excuse me, yes, I did get that lineups mixed up. It is Gorham and Jaffe. And showing a steal, and he'll be in the second base with the stolen bag. It is Mark Trotta as he pulls out the wheels that time. There'll be a runner on second now with 2 men gone in the inning for Mike Gorham to work his magic. No, a little bit of a mess up on my line card, but look at that situation in just a moment because it's Jordan Jaffe is on deck. Believe they skipped Ray Ortiz in the rotation. Nonetheless, the count goes to 2-1. Next pitch in there for a called strike. That evens the count at 2-2. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Runner on second. Gorham trying to get the inning going. Get Geneva the first run on the board. Next pitch misses outside. Ball 3. That evens the count at 3-2. Full count pitch. 2 gone in the inning. Kicks and deals. Misses and upstairs. They count it strike 3, and that'll be the inning. Frustrations brewing, and the inning is over. One inning in the books, no score in Geneva. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube.
Season. Shout out to my UPS workers, making sure I receive it. You could do it too, believe it. I've been throw up the sex in and I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am. They say you a superstar now, damn, I guess I am. You might be the man, well that's unless I am. Okay, I'll confess I am. Go ahead and get undressed, I am. Okay, cool, you on Sunset?
I am.
I'm about to slide, okay, I'm outside, okay. This lifestyle don't got many downsides, except for the lack of time I get round my family, making sure they never downsize. I got visions of my mom saying, wait, this house mine. Can't lie, I'm on Angus Cloud 9. I got him on the bandwagon now, about time. I ain't even got no downtime. Every time I speak, she say, yeah, that sounds fine. I've been throw up the sex in and I can put you in. I can put you in. I've been throw up the sex in and I can put you in. I can put you in.
We'll be back here at the top of the second. I got the line card, so I'll get this all situated in just a moment. But top of the second, and it is Ben Simmons to kick things off, and he hits a ground ball to Orion Daly, and that'll be 2 pitches to get the first out of the inning. In the top of the second, and that'll bring in Jaden Lobeliner to the dish. He's had a .225 batting average. He was the catcher in the previous game, batting .225 on the season so far. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch misses the zone as well, so the count goes to 2-0. Still the crowd is enthusiastic, if you will. 2-0 count to Lobiner with Fairbrother on deck, the third baseman. Kicks and deals, and he turns on one, but it goes foul on an inside curveball. Puts a count to 2-1. With one man gone in the top of the second, no score. Daly got the first 3 batters out in the top of the first the last time up. Got the first one swinging, probably due to the enthusiasm of the crowd. 2-1 pitch, turned on one to deep left field, going back to left fielder, back to the wall, and it's out of here! Home run for Jaden Lobiner, the DH for Niagara. Niagara gets on the board early, 1-0. And a hush around the crowd early. And a bit of frustration starting to ensue with the Geneva home crowd. And 1-0 for Niagara off of the solo bomb by Jaden Lobner. That's pretty much how all these runs have been scored so far. It was a solo shot in the previous game, bottom of the fourth, for the Geneva's victory. Next pitch in there for a called strike. Andrew Fairbrother kicks in, 166 on the season. Geneva fans starting to chant here. Next pitch is popped up to shallow right. Running over there, trying to make a diving attempt at it, but it goes down for extra bases, and it'll be back-to-back big hits for Niagara. A solo home run followed up by a double. And now stepping in will be River Hart, the right fielder. Batting .250 on the season. And now the pitching coach, Zach Crane's going out to talk to his guy on the mound, Orion Daly, who's been a bit of a struggling, trying to find his groove up there in the mound for Geneva. It has 16.2 ERA in 2 games with 1.2 innings pitched. 3 hits, giving up at 4 runs. 3 of the 4 runs have been earned. 2 walks, and no punch outs until just a few moments ago. Trying to get him back into focus here with a runner on second. And 1 man gone in the inning. First pitch in there for a called strike, so gets it on the inside corner. Mike Huff's on deck, the catcher. He would be next. With a runner on second, 1 man gone in the inning. Comes the 0-1 offer from Daly. Breaking ball, brings it back from where it came from, over to short. Makes a throw to Gorham, and there's the second out of the inning. Goes a sacrifice hit. As the runner advances 90 feet. And now there's a runner on third with 2 men gone in the inning to bring up Mike Huff, the catcher, batting .240 on the year. A pretty solid average for a catcher. Daly gets a sign, kicks and deals, breaking ball upstairs for a called strike, going 1. And now we're almost at that point where the lights are on, so you probably should be getting a sense of more visibility. I think the 34 people that are currently watching. 0-1 offering down and away to even the count at 1-1. One nothing Niagara with the early lead off of the power home run from Jaden Lobner. 1-1 offering below the knees to put the count at 2-1. The Ducks would have framed that better, then they might have stolen a strike there. 2-1, 2 gone in the inning. 2-1 offering, kicks and deals. Cut on and miss, and the count goes even at 2-2. And the Geneva home crowd really getting into it. This is the 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. 2 hits in this inning alone. 1 run already in. 2-2 home. Check swing, and he went around for strike 3 called, and that'll end the inning. So the inning comes to a close with 1 run in. 1 run and 2 hits. No errors, 1 man left on base. We played an inning and a half in Geneva. It's the Power with the early 1-0 lead. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings Baseball on YouTube.
home with a baseball and a bat in his hand. Daddy had him swinging from the time he could stand. Out in the sandlot, he was king at the plate. He kept his eye on the ball and sealed the pitcher's fate. And every time he'd stand on deck, you'd hear him say, load up the bases, fire up the crowd, let's clear out the dugout. We're gonna get real loud, just throw me a fastball, smoke from the mound. We're gonna end this thing in just one swing. I'm gonna knock one down. I'm gonna knock one down. Now he's in the big leagues and his dad's in the stands. He traded in the sandlot for $1 million fans.
We'll get back to the home half of the second in Geneva. The Red Wings are getting set as they're down trail 1-0 early to Niagara. They're 2-0 against the Power this season. They took down Niagara in Niagara at Sal Maglie Stadium. That was their first victory on the year. And they're above 500 for the first time this season, and they're now in a playoff spot right now, technically. And we'll get you more of this league scores around the league, as Elmira has been, who they're playing tomorrow, it's been one of the teams they've been really competitive with for that fourth playoff spot right now. Next pitch in there for a called strike to put the count back to 2-1 to Jordan Jaffe, the extra hitter. Batting 166 on the year. If you guys were watching last night's game, if you guys missed it, he did hit a home run against Syracuse yesterday, so proving that more than just Syracuse has a power. Meanwhile, that one's a line foul, almost knocked off the heads of the spectators. Count goes even at 2-2. Starting to feel a little bit of sprinkles, but nothing to worry about right now. 2-2 home. Swung on and hit on the ground to third. Makes a throw to first. Wide throw, gets by the first baseman. Rounding first, we wait a second. Is Jordan Jaffe, and he's in a second, and now on the throwing error made by the third baseman. So a runner on second to start off the home half of the second for Geneva. Trying to answer with the one run they gave in the top of the second. Now stepping in is Ray Ortiz, one of the best defensive hitters for this Geneva lineup. Batting 170 on the year. Still trying to bump up the batting average, though. And the sun's starting to peek through again. First pitch, he tries to square to bunt. Misses. 1-0. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error so far throughout the first 2+ innings for Niagara. Still zeros across the board for Geneva. Comes a 1-0 offering from Kinney. Swung and hit deep to left field. Going back to left field, and he just launches that one sky over for a 2-run blast. Ray Ortiz shows some power. His first big fly of the year. Geneva takes a lead 2-1. Ball's flying around the yard here in this one. Geneva gives up a solo shot at the top of the second. What do they do to answer? A 2-run homer. In the bottom of the second, and Geneva takes a 2-1 lead, and the fans are insane right now at McDonough Park. (2-1), and the fans are going crazy in the dugout, going insane, because now they know that somebody else has a power to hit other than Nick Sarce. First pitch in there for a called strike, and we're back to playing ball. It is Cole Kumpf up to the plate. The third baseman. Next one is hit drawing left to the field, down for a base hit. That'll be extra bases. Kumpf rounds first, and he'll stay at first with a single. My apologies. And now they're seeing the ball pretty well, and Kinney's confidence right now is probably losing control, as they still have yet to record an out this inning. Now stepping in is Brandon Jelpy to the dish. He's the right fielder for Geneva, batting 200 on the year. A lot of excitement starting to come out of Geneva right now as Ray Ortiz's 2-run bomb really helps boost his confidence as his hitting has been a bit of a struggle so far to start the season. Next pitch in there for a called strike, going 1. Kinney takes a look over the runner first, gets a sign, kicks and deals. Pitch goes in the dirt. Kump thinks about going to second, but wisely retreats back to first. Count goes even at 1-1. Shane Duck's on deck, the catcher, one of the top hitters of the Geneva lineup. Batting 304 on the year. 1-1 home. And Kump steals, hit and run play, but it will be popped foul towards the backstop, out of play into the restroom. So count go to 1-2. And the fans are going crazy. Comes Brandon Jelpy as they take a look back over at Kump at first. 1-2 count to Jelpy with Ducks on deck. Nobody out in the inning. Comes a 1-2. Misses upstairs, barely. Nice try to frame by the Niagara catcher, but the count goes even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top bomb in the second. Runner goes. Kump advances to the second, slides, and he's safe. Cole Kump with a stolen base. And the count goes full 3-2 on this current at bat we're in. And Geneva is playing aggressive right now, running the bases. This is a completely different ball club than we saw earlier in the year, folks. Geneva is here to stay. Trying to go for the doubleheader sweep today. It's a full count payoff pitch home. Misses upstairs, ball 4, and Kinney is irritated with that call. That was runners on first and second. With still nobody out in the bottom of inning number 2. Shane Ducks now steps in for Geneva. Batting 304 on the year for the Red Wings. First pitch to Ducks. In there in the inside corner for a called strike, going 1. Geneva, after the previous inning, they've been hopping all over Kinney in this inning. Really giving him to try to work out of this without giving up any more damage on the scoreboard. Next pitch, swung and hit deep to left field. Left fielder going back, and it'll go down for a base hit. So bases are juiced here at Geneva. Bases are loaded. With still nobody out. And now stepping against Andrew McDermott, the center fielder from Quinnipiac University, kicks in for a big opportunity here. Now the head coach for Niagara comes out to talk to his pitcher. After a first inning where they looked like they were going to have a close battle here, the second inning, the exact opposite. Now following McDermott will go back to the top of the order in this situation where if you're Niagara, you do not want to be in. They're still talking up there, finding out how to figure this out, how to get themselves out of this without giving up any more damage on the scoreboard than what already there is. First game was held pretty close, 2-1. The second game, 1-0. Second game, a little more offense to be built. Something that kind of expected. But McDermott steps in, trying to keep this hitting streak going for the Red Wings. They've had 3 hits this inning. First offering to McDermott. Misses outside, ball 1. The last thing you want to do is walk McDermott with the bases loaded, so you have to really think about how to work this count here. With Mark Trotta on deck, who walked in his first plate appearance. Next pitch hits. McDermott is a hit by pitch RBI. And the run will come in to score. And Geneva extends their lead 3-0. And now we'll go back to the top of the order with Mark Trotta. Still, bases are juiced as a carousel continues. Skelby at third, Ducks at second, and McDermott at first. Comes Trotta, first pitch, runs in on Trotta, barely misses him. Count goes to 0-1. 1-0. Kenny trying to get it out here to boost his confidence a little bit. 7th batter of this inning. Next pitch misses the zone. The count goes to 2-0. The 7th batter up right now, and he has yet to record an out. Something that Geneva has seen earlier when they played Newark back on Monday. They only recorded 1 out before scoring 4 runs to end the game. 13-0 in 6. That pitch cut on and missed for a strike. The count goes to 2-1. But one thing you have to say for this Geneva team, they're really finding their groove up there right now. A little bit of a slow start, but needless to say, now they're getting into a rhythm and starting to gain confidence. That one hits up the ground towards second. Tries to tack for second, but no, they only get the force out, and it'll go to sacrifice hit as a run comes in to score. And Geneva will tack on one more. It's now 4-1. On the RBI sacrifice hit by Mark Trotta. Jelpy comes in to score, and everybody else advances 90 feet. First pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Is swung past the shortstop's diving count. That scores one more run. And coming around third is McDermott, and here's the blow to the plate, and it goes wide. And rounding second, being waved out to third, is Hitman, and Hitman will have a 2 RBI single. And will advance to third on the throw. And this game has gotten out of control for Niagara, 6-1. And now Surse up to the plate. More action right now, still going on. I'm still updating what just previously happened in the last at-bat with Trotta. And the first pitch is swung and hit foul for Surse. Next pitch in there for a called strike, and he's down 0-2. Nick Surse trying not to go out by way of the K for the second time tonight. Struck out looking back in his first. 0-2 home. Swung and popped foul, so we'll do it again, 0-2. And boy, the fans are really enjoying it now. This is the loudest we've seen the Geneva fans all night long. All season long, excuse me. 0-2, swung back to second, against by the second baseman for another run to score. On the error by the second baseman, and now it'll be a 7-1 Geneva lead. And that may be all for the Niagara starter after an inning and a third of work. The first inning was pretty calm and quiet. And the second inning was completely different. A 7-run explosion. And Geneva has a 7-1 advantage right now. Now we go back to Mike Gorham, who's up before we do a bat around the order. We're almost at that point, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 10th batter coming to the plate for Geneva. And I will take the scoreboard here in just a moment. A lot of action has happened, I'll say that. 7-1 with a runner on first. In just the second inning. And a new pitcher has come on for Niagara. And in just a moment, we'll figure out who that is for you guys. It'll be Cole Murray set to kick in for Niagara. Murray, the righty. Has a 33.7 ERA, so you would really like to work that down a little bit. Geneva has 4 hits this inning. 3 errors in this inning. Jordan Jaffe, who reached on an error and came around to score last time up. That would have been the first out of this inning. But still, just only 1 out left in the inning. Meanwhile, the Red Wings fans in attendance are loving every minute of what's been going on right now. This Geneva team, this is something that, folks, that I've never seen out of this team yet. This much enthusiasm. This has to deal with the fact that they have fans that are cheering on them so hard right now in the cheering section. You thought that that solo shot in the top of the second was going to quiet this team down? No, it actually fired them up even more. 7 runs in the bottom of the second. And we're about ready to bat around. Mike Gorham up to the dish. He's 0 for 1 with the punch out. First pitch back where it came from. Base hit! And the inning will continue some more. Back to the Jordan Jaffe, who in his previous at-bat this inning, he reached on an error made by the third baseman. He came around to score the first run for Geneva. Runners on first and second. 1 man gone in the inning. First pitch in there for a called strike to Jaffe. 166 on the year, 0 for 1 today, but he reached on an error, came around to score back in the last appearance here. 0-1 offering, down in the dirt, even the count at 1-1. You would imagine how this is shaping up to be a great performance as somebody's warming up in the bullpen for Geneva. 0-1 home. Cut out and miss, and the count goes 0-2. Excuse me, 1-2. Geneva is still trying to pour it on a little bit more, as this has been the offense that this team is looking for all year long. 1-2 home. Cut on, hit foul towards the pavilion, so we'll do it again, 1-2. The fans are cheering for a home run. to blow this game up even more, even though it already has been blown up quite a bit to this point. 7 runs in this inning. 7-1 lead for Geneva. Kicks and deals. In the dirt, the count goes to 2-2 from Murray. Two-two pitch. Chopped, hit, popped up, and hit foul towards the fans in attendance. Out of play. So let's do it again, 2-2. A big at-bat battle coming here. 7th pitch of this at-bat about to commence. Next pitch in the dirt. And the count goes full. 3-2. Here comes the full count pitch. Cut on and hit towards the first baseman. Base hit. Rounding third, being waved on home is Source, and he comes in to score the second run, the 8th run of the game, 8th run of this inning, and the inning will continue some more. Why not? An RBI single for Jordan Jaffe. He joins in on the hit parade. And now stepping in, it's Ray Ortiz, who last time up hit a 2-run home run that got this inning started for Geneva. First offering to Ortiz. Inside corner for a called strike. The first pitch you saw, he cut on and he hit it deep to left field, and nobody's able to catch up to that one. Next pitch misses. The count goes to 1-1. You really got to think that it's either the fact that this game there's a lot of difference here. The previous game it was more quiet. This game there's a lot of fans getting under the power skin. Next pitch popped up and foul. Out of play. And the count goes to 1-2. You got to admit these fans have been really making this game more entertaining for this team. I think that these college kids are really loving every bit of this glory that they're going through right now. 1-2 to Ortiz from Murray. Kicks and deals. Cut on and miss, strike 3, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Finally. And now we'll have Cole Kumpf up to the dish. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit in his last plate appearance earlier this inning. And he came around to score a run, of course, as 8 of these guys have come around to score already. Runners on first and second for Geneva. 8-1 is a score. Comes the next offering. 1-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner. And the count goes even at 1-1. 2 outs to bottom of the second. Geneva leads 8-1. Next pitch misses, and the count goes to 2-1. To the Geneva third baseman. You got to admit, these fielders for Niagara have been really exhausted right now. Being on the field for 13 straight at-bats. Next pitch misses, and the count goes to 3-1. 3-1 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second, Geneva looking to add one more base runner on, and that one catches the outside part of the plate for a strike, and the count goes full 3-2. The guys that were attending the first game with me, you probably never did not expect for this run explosion to come. Next pitch is hit deep to right field, but not deep enough as right fielder comes in And he makes a play to end the inning. Finally comes to a close as 8 runs come across the score and 13 players at the plate for Geneva. On 6 hits, 2 errors, and 2 men left on base. After 2 full innings of baseball here, Geneva leads Niagara 8-1. We'll be right back in just a moment for the top of the third. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. I'd thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt.
We're going to be back to the top of the third here at Geneva, New York at McDonough Park. The Red Wings, they have a little bit of a lead, 8-1, no big of a deal after an 8-run inning in the second. Something you rarely see in baseball. But Ryan Daly back on the mound, first time you've seen him in quite some time. I wonder if his arm is a little bit cold out there. The first pitch misses up high for a ball, 1-0. And how we got to this point? Well, 1 run at the top of the second for Niagara, getting the 1-0 lead, but that didn't last for too long. Next pitch is popped up and foul. As Ray Ortiz changed that with a 2-run homer and led to an offensive attack of 6 more runs coming across the plate to score. 1-1 pitch from Daly to DiCarlo. Kicks and deals, and this one is popped foul. And the count goes to 1-2. One-two pitch from Daly, trying to get back to his rhythm up there in the mound. 1-2 home. Swung and hit deep to right field. Oh, there's a right fielder to make the grab for Geneva. And he'll make the play. Brandon Jelpe on the catch there. 1 gone in the inning. And now to the plate, Scotty O'Brien, the center fielder for Niagara. He has a 100 batting average on the year. Trying to make that change in this game. His first at-bats here before we go back to the top of the order. Even after Geneva already has gone through the order twice, pretty much. First offering from Daly. Breaking ball in there for a called strike, going 1. The Fitchburg State Falcon gets a sign, kicks and deals, and he hits on one back from where it came from, and that'll go drop for a base hit. So it'll be a 1-out single for O'Brien. And they'll go back to the top of the order for Niagara, and it's Caden Carr who struck out swinging the last time up back in the first. I know that might have seemed like centuries ago, but what happened in the second? So runner on first for Niagara in the top of the third. And the Geneva fans really cheering still in this one. The fans have been the main dividend of this game, I will believe. First pitch is popped back towards the backstop, out of play. 0-1 is a count. And they're making a few comments here and there just to get under the skin of the players, but Caden Carl is trying to fight them off. Takes a look back at first. O'Brien wisely goes back. Comes the 0-1 offering. Kicks and deals. Inside called strike 2. The umpires really get under the skin of the Niagara team as well, so the Power head coach is frustrated with that call, but 0-2 count nonetheless. A big call there. 0-2 pitch home from Daly. Carl not trying to strike out again. Next pitch catches a piece of it, popped up, and foul. Gorham takes a look at it. Hits off the roof of the pavilion, and they cut it. But they're just having some fun out there, the fans in the stands. Count goes to 0-2. One out here in the top of the third. Runner on first for Niagara. Daly takes a look back at O'Brien at first. Oh, 2 pitch. 2 outs, top of the third. Excuse me, 1 out, top of the third. Daly gets a sign to Ducks. Kicks and deals. And he hits on one to right field. Over there is Jelpy. He makes the play. 2 away. And O'Brien goes back to first. And now stepping in is Billy Morris, the second baseman for Niagara. He flew out to center his last time up. 400 hitter on the year. Probably under 400 right now after he flew out to centers last time up. But we'll see after this game has been concluded. And the runner goes. Ducks his pitch, throw, and he's safe. The throw was on target, but O'Brien beat the throw. And a bit of a disagreement with the fans, and if they were on the umpire side, they would be a little bit of a different story with the score we're seeing. But nonetheless, the pitch was outside for a ball for Billy Moore. So 1-0 is the count. Runner on second for Niagara. Geneva trying to get out of this inning pretty quickly. 1-0 pitch. Popped up in the shallow field. The shortstop Hitman's there to make the play. And that's the inning. A pretty easy inning for Geneva. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. And 1 man left on base. We play 3 full here in Geneva. It is the Red Wings 8. And the Power 1. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Welcome you back here to the home half of the third in McDonough Park in Geneva, New York. The Red Wings, 9-8 on the year, up 8-1, and an 8-run explosion in the second inning. And the first pitch of this is in there for a called strike, going 1. Comes the 0-1 offering. Popped up to second. Second baseman on the call, trying to make up for his efforts for the last inning, and he gets it for the first out, 1 away. Now kicking in Shane Ducks. He's 1 for 1 with a base hit. He came around to score his last time up back in the second inning. He's 304 on the year. Comes the first offering to Ducks. Outside corner for a called strike, going 1. I'd like to thank you all for watching this game from the comforts of your own home. 8-1 is the score. Yes, you're reading that correct. 8-1, guys, just tuning in, and it's been a very wild second inning for Geneva. It's something that they really haven't seen so far, this team. 0-2 home. Swung on and hit down the third baseline foul, so we'll do it again, 0-2. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Ducks. And it's hit on the ground to first, and it's a base hit. His second hit of the ball game, folks, in this inning, and it'll bring us up Andrew McDermott, who is 0 for 0 with a hit by pitch back in the second. He came around to score an RBI on his totals. Batting 142 on the year with a runner on first. We'll see how he can do. First offering to McDermott. Throws in the dirt and gets behind the catcher. But Ducks doesn't even attempt at going to second. Comes a 1-0 offering to McDermott. Sign. Kicks and deals. Misses outside for a ball. Boosts the count to 2-0. Murray really struggling on the mound right now for Niagara. Trying to get them out of this jam they've been in after the previous inning. But they're coming up with no luck. 2-0 misses and is now 3-0, so you would imagine he might be given the green light here in a 3-0 count, which is something I know you guys are not accustomed to seeing, but it has worked out well so far in their favor. 3-0 home. Kicks and deals. In there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. The count goes to 3-1. After this inning, we'll do scores around the league briefly. A lot of games here today. A couple of doubleheaders. And they go take a look back at first. Ducks goes back in easily. Three-one count to McDermott. Mark Trotta on deck. He would be next in his third plate appearance already. Just a third inning. 3-1 home. Swung and hit to left field. Left fielder going to make a chase, and he dives, and he makes the grab for the out. A diving play for the left fielder for Niagara, and there are 2 gone in the inning. Now stepping up, it's Mark Trotta, this left fielder for Geneva. He's 0 for 0 with an RBI and a walk on a sacrifice hit in the second. He actually got recorded. He was actually by victim of the first out of that second inning. For a big trivia question, guys, are all curious. First pitch inside for a called strike. 0-1. Comes the 0-1 offering to Trotta. Outside corner. 0-2 now. After this inning comes to a conclusion, we'll do your scores around the league. The PGCBL starting to heat up. 0-2 offering. Inside, ball 1. The count goes to 1-2. A little bit too inside, too close to comfort for Trotta in that pitch. Murray struggled a little bit to start off his outing back in the second, but started to get into a rhythm up there trying to quiet down the Geneva offense. 1-2, skips in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and Ducks just trots on to second with no throw attested. They're more focused on the runner at the batter at the plate. So they get him out of the inning. The inning is over. 2-2. There's a count, 2 outs. Bottom to third. The score, pretty big, 8-1 Geneva. Cut on and missed strike 3, and Trot is down by way of the K. And the inning will come to a conclusion. 3 innings are in the books here in Geneva. The Red Wings with the 8-1 lead, and we'll take a quick time out just to look at scores around the league in just a brief moment. And it's Utica 16-3 in the year, now 17-3 in the year, after taking down Boonville 9-2 in game 1. And then top of the 17, Jamestown and Newark. The Pilots, their offense is clicking today. They lead 12-2, and that's a big look for Geneva, because Jamestown's currently sitting in third in the division. And if Geneva gets back-to-back wins, they'll probably bump up a game and a half in the division over Jamestown. Amsterdam is trailing Oneonta 5-0. The Mohawks in the top of the 5th. That's something you rarely see out of this team. Currently at 20-3 on the year. And then Elmira is trailing Batavia 6-1 in Batavia at Dwyer Stadium in the bottom of the 5th. In Auburn, looking for another victory. They lead Mohawk Valley 6-1 in Falcon Park in the home half of the 5th. Saugerties leads Glens Falls 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th. And earlier today, the Red Wings took down Niagara 1-0 in 7 innings. That game took only an hour and 10 minutes. And look at the standings that are being shown on the graphic to you right now. You can see 12-8 is the record. If Jamestown loses, it'll be a 12-9. And with a win for Geneva, it'll be a 10-8. And they will probably gain another half a game in the division. Nonetheless, we'll get more of that stats and stuff situated in just a brief moment. But we're about ready for the top of the 4th, though. Make sure everything's all situated and ready for you folks back home before we turn back over. First pitch, grounds to short. Hitman makes a strong throw to first. Goes wide to Gorham. And rounding first, we wait at second. And you'll be in safely at second base. And out in the throwing error is Ujima. So it's a tough throw for Ray Ortiz, but it'll go as a single and an advance into second on the error by Ortiz. And all the subs is Ben Simmons, the first baseman for Niagara, with a runner on second. First pitch in there for a called strike. Daly trying to get out of this pickle already. This game is only 7 innings long. Usually the games are 9. This is 7 because it was a doubleheader today. They played a first 7-inning game. Geneva won 1-0. Second pitch in there for a called strike. So Simmons finds himself down in the count 0-2. Simmons was a ground-out victim his last time up back in the second. An inning that seemed so long ago. Comes the 0-2 offering from Daly. Kicks and deals. Swung on and popped up towards the press box. Out of play. We'll do it again, 0-2. And Jaden Lobliner is on deck, the designated hitter. He had a home run in his last at-bat, back in a second. 0-2 pitch upstairs. The count goes to 1-2. The story of this game has to be the Geneva offense that has started to awaken. Something that they've been eagerly waiting for so far this season. Trying to find the right time to hit, and they said July is it. In July, they're starting to find the rhythm around this time. Late June, early July. Meanwhile, That pitch was up inside. Count goes even at 2-2. Power on a 7-game losing streak, 6-13 on the year. Tomorrow. Next pitch in there, called strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Orion Daly kicks up another punch out, his third of the ball game. And one go away here in the top of the fourth. Now stepping up, it's Jaden Lobinar. He hit a home run back in the second to give Niagara the brief 1-0 lead. Niagara has a day off tomorrow. However, Geneva will be on the road at Dunn Field. We'll have that game for you at 7 o'clock. Hope you take that 90-minute trip down to Elmira. Face the Pioneers. First pitch, cut out and miss for a strike. 0-1. The crowd's starting to quiet down now. As earlier in the inning, back in the second, they were loud and they were rowdy. Comes the 0-1 offering, kicks and deals. Check swing, but he wisely lays off. The count goes even at 1-1. Next pitch, cut out and miss for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Orion Daly trying to gain some confidence in himself, and so far the outing he's had tonight has really shown it. Here comes a 1-2 offering. In there, called strike 3, and that'll be back-to-back Ks, backwards Ks for Orion Daly. His fourth punch out of the ball game, and now kicking in. It's Andrew Fairbrother. You'll probably have to think that punch out was personal to Daly, as the last time he faced Lobinar prior to that punch out, he gave up the home run. He wanted to show his revenge that time. Anyways, 2 gone in the inning. Runner on second. First pitch swinging, popped up to first. Gorham has a play on it, and he makes it to end the inning. 1 pitch and 1 out to end the inning. So 3.5 innings in the books in Geneva. We're halfway home here in this one. The Red Wings have a comfortable 7-run lead over the Power. We'll be right back in just a moment for the home half of the fourth. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the bottom of the fourth of what's been a really offensive explosion for the Red Wings. They lead 8-1, and it's Max Hittman kicking in for the Red Wings. And he's 1 for 2 with a double. Two RBI doubles last time up. Next pitch will be a base hit. So he's on with 2 hits tonight. Max Hitman trying to get his batting average up, and that definitely will help. From 274, it'll probably go up, and now we got Nick Surse, the killer, up to the plate, the killer of baseballs, with a runner on first. First pitch misses upstairs for a ball. 1-0. And what it's been a very exciting game for Red Wings fans, knowing how much they struggled earlier on in the year, starting out 0-2 and getting into 3 games below 500. Next pitch is swung out to deep right field. Going to drop for a base hit. And the first 2 runners are on board for Geneva in the home half of the 4th. Still, action still going. Geneva wanted to end this now. The 10-run rule is in effect, I believe. If they get 3 runs this inning, and they get 3 outs in the top of the 5th, this game will conclude 2 innings shorter than the usual time that it should be. Next pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. To Mike Gorham, who had a base hit last time up, back in the second. He's 1 for 2 as he struck out looking back in the first. Comes a 1-0 pitch. Hit and popped foul as it trickles over the fence. And the count is even at 1-1. And that foul ball goes in the seats for a lucky fan. Next pitch misses, and the count goes to 2-1. No outs here in the home half of the 4th. Hitman at second, Surse at first. 8-1 lead for Geneva. Trying to get to double-digit wins on the year. They're 9-8 currently. 2-1 pitch. Swung to left field. Left fielder tries to make a play on it, but it drops foul for a fair. And it barely goes foul misses by a few inches. The fair foul rule has been very controversial, needless to say. In my games I've seen of baseball, there have been a few instances where coaches have gone ejected because of a lack of reliability on the fair foul sidelines, on the first base line and the third base line. Nonetheless, 2-2 count, nobody out, bottom of the 4th, and Gorham gets into 1 out to center. Center fielder makes a play and tagging up and going to second is Hitman. He'll get in safely, and there's runners on the corners with 1 man gone. Now stepping in is Jordan Jaffe, the extra hitter tonight for Geneva. Jaffe is 1 for 2 with an RBI as he had 2 at-bats in the second. One of them was he reached on an error, came around to score, the first run of the game for Geneva. The second one, he had a base hit. That was an RBI single to score the 8th run for the Red Wings. Runners on the corners, 1 man gone here in the home half of the 4th. Red Wings with the A1 cushion over the Power. First pitch throws in the dirt, 1-0 is a count. And the setting is starting to look beautiful at the right time for a ball game in Geneva. 1-0 pitch, fastball up and in. He couldn't lay off of that one. The count goes even at 1-1. Jaffe did hit a home run in yesterday's game, so he has shown he has the power. But unfortunately, that home run does not count as for an exhibition game. Once across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners in the corners. Next pitch, it's foul, and it bounces, ricochets off of the roof, and goes right into the home dugout. Count goes to 1-2. And I thought I'd seen it all in yesterday's ball game, but today's ball game proves to be even more exciting. 1-2 pitch skips into the dirt, and the count goes even at 2-2. Two's on the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. On the line score so far, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors. So far in the Niagara line score. For Geneva, it's 8 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Next pitch, it gets up and in, and the center fielder tries to make a play. And he does, and the tag's up and advances to home. And he's in easily, and a hitman will score the 9th run of the game for Geneva. On the sacrifice fly, Hitman comes in to score. And now Ray Ortiz up to the dish. 1 for 2 with a 2-run blast in the second to get the guys out and running early. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. The next at bat in the second inning, he struck out swinging. Next pitch misses the zone as well. The count goes to 2-0. Runner on first. 2 men gone in the inning. Next pitch misses upstairs for a ball. Gotta admit, this is the first time I've seen Niagara play this season. Their uniforms are pretty nice on the road, but I don't really think the ones on the home are a bit more dirty. Next pitch in there for a called strike. That puts a count back to 3-1. Kumpf on deck. He would be next. Kumpf at 1 for 2 on the season. Excuse me. 1 for 2 in this game. 3-1 pitch. Upstairs, but called for a strike. Ortiz, I don't think, agrees with that call. A little too high for my liking, I thought, but nonetheless, full count offering. 2 outs here in the inning. Runner on first. That being Nick Sears. Kicks and deals. Payoff pitch popped up to shallow center. Center fielder gets the read on it, and the inning is over. 4 innings in the books in Geneva. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. 1 man left on base after 4 innings in the books here in Geneva. The Red Wings extend their lead a little bit further, 9-1. Be right back in just a moment. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube. We welcome you back here to the top half of the 5th. Geneva with a 9-1 lead over Niagara. Niagara trying not to lose for their 8th consecutive game on the year. First pitch throws in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Earlier on, Niagara looked like they were in the playoff race earlier on throughout the first 12 games in the season. They're going to 6-6. But lately they've been a bit of a slump. Wondering what that really is all about. River Hart steps in. He had to sacrifice his last at-bat back in the second. So these at-bats have been extending even further for these teams. For Niagara, next pitch is popped up and foul out of play. kids go and chase the ball. Classic day at the ballpark here in Geneva. After winning game 1, 1-0, the Red Wings pour on a little more. They're up 9-1 in game 2. Next pitch upstairs, called a strike, and the count goes even at 1-2. Comes a 1-2 offering from Daly. Gets a sign, kicks and deals. Breaking ball, hit foul. And we'll do it again, 1-2. Here comes a 1-2 home. Swung and hit to shallow center. McDermott tries to make a play, but he lost it in the light, and they'll go down for a base hit. McDermott, a little bit jogging a little too much of that. Guy that's usually known for his speed on the team, jogged over to pick that one up. Probably a lack of effort there. But after the plate's Mike Huff. He's 0 for 1 of the struck out looking back in the second. Be 7, 8, and 9 to kick things off here in the top of the 5th for Niagara. Comes the first pitch. Cut out and miss for a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 offering, kicks and deals. At the spot for a strike, and the count goes to 0-2. Seems like some movement starting to go in the Geneva bullpen. Meanwhile, Niagara, they're starting to get someone moving up in their bullpen as well. Comes the 0-2 offering. Breaking ball in the dirt. Trying to get him chasing a changeup there, it looked like, but the count goes to 1-2. One, 2 offering, kicks and deals. Next pitch misses outside for a ball, 2-2. The next game Niagara's playing, ironically, is against Geneva again, but this time it'll be in Sal Maglie Stadium in Niagara, New York. Geneva looking for the 2-game sweep of the doubleheader. 2-2 pitch, cut out and miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout of the ball game for Daly. And now stepping up, it's Nick DiCarlo. He's 0 for 1 as he flew out to right his last time up, back in the 3rd. And they take a look back at first. Scotty O'Brien's on deck. He's 1 for 1 with the base his last time up. Next pitch in there for a called strike, and that puts the count to 0-1. Orion Daly going through his 5th inning of work, probably be his last inning of work on the mound for Geneva, you would imagine. Comes the 0-1 offering. In there for a called strike, and the count goes quickly to 0-2. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Chopped up and foul. Into the bathrooms almost. And now kids are running and trying to pick that ball up first. And we'll do it again, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 home from Daly. Kicks and deals. Throws in the dirt. Count goes to 1-2. The Blue Sox extend their league records win streak to 13 games now. They're taking down the Boonville Baseball Club and looking to do the same, make it 14 straight. After starting out 4-3 in the year, they're now up to 17-3. So that 13-game win streak has really helped them in the standings as well. They now lead the division. Second place team is Batavia. They lead Batavia by 3 games currently. Next pitch is swung and popped up, and Fowles will do it once more. 1-2. Nick DiCarlo is trying to deny being punched out today. And his only game for Niagara. Batting 171 on the year. 0 for 1 tonight. Next pitch popped up into foul territory. Gorham trying to make a play by the dugout, and he does! Mike Gorham towards the dugout, reads it perfectly, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Now stepping in, it's Scotty O'Brien, the center fielder for Niagara. His last at bat, he had a base hit and then was left standing at second with a stolen base today as well. Caden Carl on deck, he would be next. First pitch popped up. Right field trying to make a play on it, and he will to end the inning. Brandon Jelpe out there at right, and that'll end the inning. So no runs come across the score for Niagara, but 1 hit, 1 man left on base, no errors. After 4.5 innings of baseball here in Geneva, the Red Wings lead 9-1. We'll be right back in just a moment. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube.
The Whiz Kids had won it, Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Nuke. They knew them all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Midget Goodell, the Thumper and Mel Parnell, and Ike was the only one winning down in Washington. I'm talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber and the Duke. They knew them all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Now my old friend, the bachelor, well, he swore he was the Oklahoma Kid, and Cookie played hooky to go and see the Duke. And me, I always loved Willie May. Those were the days. Well, now it's the 80s, and Brett is the greatest, and Bobby Bonds can play for everyone. Rose.
Welcome you back here to the home half of the 5th in Geneva, New York, in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Game 1 was won by the Red Wings 1-0. I'm Gage Kilborn, taking you along this magical game of 7 innings, not 9, as we're accustomed to seeing out of Geneva baseball. Because it was a doubleheader, that's why we have 2 7-inning games instead of 9-inning games. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 0-1 to Cole Kumpf. Next pitch misses for a ball, 1-1. And the score, how we got to this point of a 9-1 lead. Top of the second inning pretty much says the tail of the tape. And the breaking ball in there for a called strike, and that puts a count to 1-2. Cole Kumpf is 1 for 2 tonight with a base hit, and he came around to score back in the second. And he also flew out to right field in the second inning to end the inning. Comes a 1-2 pitch from Colbert, the new pitcher on the mound. Get him in a second. Next pitch misses for a ball, 2-2. The new pitcher out of the Niagara pitching staff is Blaze Colbert. Usually does it all. He hits and he pitches. One of their utility guys on the team. 5.68 ERA, 6.1 innings pitched with 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, and 4 punch-outs. And make that another punch-out is they strike out Cole Kumpf to get the first out of the inning in the home half of the 5th for Niagara. And now bring up Brandon Gelpy to play 7, 8, and 9 to kick off the home half of the 5th for Geneva. And the score update on how we got to this point. A solo home run on the top of the second for Niagara. And then the bottom of the second, Geneva jumped on the power with 8 runs in the second. Then they had a sacrifice fly that gave in another run in the 4th. 0-1 pitch is swung and popped up to right field in foul territory. Right fielder tries to make a grab, but he lays off. And the count goes to 0-2 to Gelpy. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk back in the second. He came around to score. And he popped up to second, back into third. This Niagara team struggling right now, trying to figure out a way to get a win on the board. But many might be thinking they're due pretty soon to get back into the win column. First pitch misses upstairs for a ball. 1-0. 1-2, excuse me. Try to have him chase a fastball upstairs, but Gelpy wisely lays off. Comes a 1-2 pitch. Throw bounces in the dirt. And the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball. Got him swinging on a curveball, and he couldn't catch up to it, so strike out for Brandon Gelpy. And to play Shane Ducks. He's 2 for 2 tonight with a pair of singles. And he came around to score back in the second inning as well. One of the guys that scored the 9 runs on the team. Hitman to score 2 runs in the game. And he also has 2 RBIs with his 2 hits. So he's probably one of the main stars of the game tonight. First pitch, off-speed pitch, finds the zone for a strike, 0-1. Comes the 0-1 pitch. Back from where it came from, that'll go down for a base hit and the 3rd hit of the game for Shane Ducks. The hat trick you want in baseball, Shane Ducks got. Meanwhile, Andrew McDermott to the plate. He's 0 for 1 as he flew to left his last time up, back into third. And he had a hit by pitch RBI in the second. Came around to score a run also. The Geneva center fielder trying to get into a rhythm at the plate, been struggling at the dish. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. When he gets on base, many of the Geneva team knows that he's the fastest guy on this team, so getting him on base will definitely help out situations, give him a better chance of winning. And that's the thing, is keeping an eye on that at the plate. And that was what they've been doing so well right now. And that's how they come out to this 9-1 explosion over Niagara, taking advantage of the mistakes that the power has been making. Comes a 1-1 pitch. Popped up and foul. Behind home plate, so let's do it. And the count goes to 1-2. McDermott batting 142 on the year. Trying to bump up that average. Next pitch up by his head. That moves the count to 2-2. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the home half of the fifth. Geneva with the 8-run lead over Niagara. Two pitch. Popped up and foul right behind me. And the count will stay at 2-2. Trotta on deck. He would be next. And they took a look back at Ducks at first. Shane Ducks does have some speed on him. He knows how to steal bases and get around the bags pretty quickly for being a catcher nonetheless. 2-2 home. In there called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So 5 innings have come and gone here in McDonough Park. The Red Wings still hold on to a 9-1 advantage over the Niagara Power. We'll be back in just a moment for the top of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Welcome you back here to the top of the 6th, and a new pitching change for Geneva in the top of the 6th. Will be Zach Garlinger set to kick in his relief outing after 5 strong innings by Ryan Daly. First pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0 as it gets out of the glove of Shane Ducks. Get some stuff for you on Garlinger. He's from Enola, Pennsylvania, out of Millersville University. 6'3" freshman, 170 pounds, and he throws righty. Next pitch in there for a strike, and it counts even at 1-1. On the season, Garlinger is at a 21.6 ERA. He likes to get that down a little bit and lower his whip. Next pitch is popped foul, so the count goes to 1-2. And the whip is determining how many base runners you allow per inning. You like that number to be between around 1, as lower to 1 as possible is ideal for, especially in college pitching right now. 1-2 home to Caden Carl. Misses the zone, moves the count to 2-2. Try to catch the inside corner. with a breaking ball. Carl, 0 for 2 tonight. Was he struck out swinging back in the first to lead off the ball game and float to right field in the third. It was a 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, foul to right field, out of play. So we'll do it again, 2-2. Comes a 2-2 pitch. Chopped foul. Back towards the backstop. So we'll do it again, 2-2 once more. Comes a 2-2 home from Garlinger. Popped foul once more. Third foul ball with 2-strike count for Carl. Really trying to stay alive up here. Here comes the 2-2 one more time. Up in at the hands. And the count goes full 3-2. Ninth pitch of this at bat about to commence. 3-2 pitch. Thrown in the dirt. And now the count goes full. I was a little bit ahead of myself there. Now a full count pitch about to come. And Zach Garlinger talking to Shane Ducks, trying to figure out the best way to get this first out of this inning. Rather boost his confidence up a little bit. Try to figure out the strategy. Comes a full count offering to Carl from Garlinger in his first batter he's faced tonight. Full count offering, kicks and deals. Chopped back towards the second baseman, and it gets by the second baseman. Max Hitman just lost control of that one, and he'll go through for a base hit. That'll be a leadoff single for Niagara to start off the top of the sixth. Geneva had a strong defensive outing in their last game against Niagara. Trying to keep the same going here in game 2. Garlinger's first pitch to Morris catches his own first strike, 0-1. Billy Morris, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He flew out to center back in the first, and he popped up to short in the third. The 0-1 offering. Chopped foul towards the backstop, so the count goes to 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 to Morris. Jammed him up in there, broken bat, and it popped up to short for the first out of the inning. Splinters looking all over the place. As Ducks is talking to the home plate umpire about it. One gone in the inning with a runner on first for the Power. And a pinch hitter for Niagara. We'll get you that in just a moment. First pitch to him is in there for a strike, 0-1. Pinch hitting for Julian Ujima. It is Ken Hemmer. He'll be taking over in the shortstop duties in the the 6th inning. Next pitch swung on and missed for a strike, and now he finds himself down the count 0-2. 0-2. Chop back up to short. That could be 2. 1 there. And a wide throw, and that'll be a fielder's choice. Off of the wide throw by Max Hitman. And the inning will continue. 6-4 fielder's choice. And then another pinch hitter set to do in for Niagara. Now kicking in, it's Christian Montanez. Get to more on him in just a moment. The first pitch to him. Throws in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Two gone in the inning. Runner on first. Next pitch misses in the dirt as well. 2-0. Two and 0 is the count to Montanez out of the dugout. Next pitch missed the zone as well. 3-0. So Garlinger struggling to find the zone. Shane Ducks takes a look over at the dugout, the first base. Garlinger takes a look at the runner at first. Gets a sign, kicks and deals, throws into the dirt for ball 4. So runners go to first and second now on the walk, the 4-pitch walk. And now Shane Ducks is going to talk to the pitching coach, Zach Crane, up there. A little bit hurt on that last throw, I think. Jaden Lubiner stepping in. He's 1 for 2 with a home run back in the second. That's the only run of the game for Niagara up to this point. And Shane Duck's going to get checked by the trainer. See what head coach Dan Munn does here. He might put in Winnie or Castellana in this game. We'll see. We haven't seen Castellana yet in the game 1. In game 2, we haven't seen him at all yet either. So that might be the best option for Munn. You know, Duck's still being looked at by the trainer over there. Says he has a left hand. And that's his, shouldn't be too much of an issue. That's his catching hand. Might have taken too many fastballs, but it looks like a catcher's coming on to help him out. Maybe it possibly could be Castellana coming in to help him out. And I believe that's who they're calling out of the to take over and field for is Castellana coming in. Let's take a look over this number in just a moment. And that'll be all for Shane Ducks. Yes, Nick Castellana will come in to take over for catching duties. Here in the top of the 6th. Now stepping in is Jaden Lobiner, the DH for Niagara, with 2 gone in the inning. Trying to get one more out to get out of this thing, like get him a crooked number. Would really help his cause here for Garlinger. First pitch throws in the dirt. Really throwing a lot of pitches in the dirt. Must be something going on with Garlinger's throwing motion. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Garlinger taking a look at a sign from Castellana. Kicks and deals. In there for a strike. First time he threw a strike since back when he had Hemmer. Hemmer now sitting at second base. Montanez at first. Off the 4-pitch walk. So 1-1 pitch. Swung and hit towards the middle. And the shortstop gets the throw to run, makes a throw to second to record the third and final out of the inning. So with that, five and a half innings have come and gone here at Geneva. The Red Wings still hold on to a 9-1 lead. I'm Gage Kilborn, and you're watching Red Wings baseball here on YouTube. Right back in just a moment.
From the cheap seats. The game was close, we'll call it a win. Go off to toast the boys again. That local band is back in town. They got a kind of minor league sound. They're not that bad, they're not that good, but all in all it's understood. We wanna dance, they wanna play. We wouldn't have it any other way. We like our beer flat as can be. We like our dogs with mustard and relish. We got a great pitcher, what's his name? Well, we can't even spell it. We don't worry about the pennant much. We just like to see the boys hit it deep. There's nothing like the view from the cheap.
Welcome you back here, the home half of the 6th. Geneva is just 3 outs away from going to win their 4th consecutive game on the year. Currently their longest win streak on the season, breaking their previous best of 2 straight wins. That coming when they took down Newark and Jamestown back-to-back days. First offering, breaking ball upstairs for a ball, 1-0 to Mark Trotta. Blaze Colbert back for a second inning of work, trying to keep the deficit where it is and hope for some prayer they'll have an 8-run inning of their own. Next pitch, inside corner for a called strike, and that puts the count even at 1-1. Comes a 1-1 offering to Trotta. Throws in the dirt, and that puts a count at 2-1. Geneva's next ball game will be tomorrow in Elmira and Dunfield. Although it's away, we'll be making the trip out to Elmira to call that game for you from the comforts of your own home. 2-1 pitch, hit out to center field. Run over to the center fielder, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. One away, now stepping in is Max Hitman, the second baseman. He is 2 for 3 with a double and a single and has 2 RBIs. And why not add 2 runs to his totals for the second baseman? So a lot of twos, a tale of twos for him in today's ball game, and game 2, of course. So very fitting for all those twos. 1 gone in the inning. First offering to him is upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Nobody warming up in the Geneva bullpen, or no action really being shown. So I think they're sticking with their guy, Zach Garlinger, for another inning of relief. And a check swing, and he did go around, so the count goes to even at 1-1. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped foul towards the bathrooms, out of play. And the count goes to 1-2. Colbert gets a sign, kicks and deals. 1-2 pitch, check swing, and it's kind of like a broken bat on that one, and it's an easy run by the first baseman to record the second out. And now stepping into the dish, it is Nick Searce. He is 1 for 3 with a single. Reached on an error by the second baseman back in the second. He came around and scored. And then struck out looking back in the first. Was the first pitch to Searce. Cut on and missed for a strike. Got out in front of a breaking ball there. 0-1. Searce 288 batting on the year with 4 home runs on the season, including one he hit earlier today in Game 1. Comes the 0-1 offering. Breaking ball misses outside, and that evens the count at 1-1. Thank you all for tuning in to Geneva Baseball Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Red Wings and the Power. Next pitch popped up to third, and the inning is complete. 6 innings in the books. Geneva leads 9-1. They are 3 outs away from completing the doubleheader sweep. We'll be right back in just a moment for the top of the 7th. I'm Gage Kilborn. You're watching Red Wings Baseball here on YouTube.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. I can be center field. Well, I spent some time in the mudfield night, watching it from the bench. You know, I took some lumps when the mighty case struck out. So say, hey, Willie, tell the cow and Joe DiMaggio, don't say it ain't so, you know the time is now. Oh, put me in, coach, I'm ready to play today. Put me in, coach, I'm ready to play today. Look at me, I can be center field.
Looking back here at the top of the 7th. Geneva 3 outs away from getting their 4th straight win on the year. First pitch was in there for a strike. First 2 pitches misses, for a ball. And so the count goes to 2-0. To Andrew Fairbrother. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Next pitch swung on and fouled back, so the count goes to 2-1. Garlinger out for a second inning of work. Got in a little bit of trouble early on, but was able to find a way to get out of it without getting up a run. Trying to do the same this inning. Next pitch in there for called strike 2. And a little bit of confusion from the home plate umpire in that call. However, the count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two home. Breaking ball upstairs. Moves the count full at 3-2. Here comes a 3-2 home. And he misses ball 4, so the first hitter gets on with a leadoff walk for Niagara. Garlinger struggling to try to get these outs he needs. 3 outs for his team to seal the victory. Next game for Niagara will be this Friday against Geneva. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. This is the main issue for Geneva, has been the last few innings when they put in the relievers. They usually struggle to do their job of relief. Next pitch is upstairs for a ball, 2-0, and the main issue is trying to find the zone. River hard up to the dish. He's 1 for 1, excuse me, with a base hit. And he had a sacrifice hit back in the second, advanced runner to third. Gets a sign. And he delivers. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike to even the count, to put the count back to 2-1. Trying to not have back-to-back walks to start the inning. Not be a good way that Dan Mom will like to see this inning go. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. Kicks and deals. Inside, misses. 3-1. Really trying to find the location of these pitches. Losing control of his command right now. Here's a 3-1 home. Cut out and miss, and that puts the count back to 3-2. Back-to-back full count offerings from Garlinger to start the 7th. This is when Geneva needs to slam the door, for lack of a better reference. Full payoff pitch. Throws in the dirt and back-to-back walks for Garlinger, and something that Geneva has been struggling with is closing out games, like I previously mentioned, and they haven't recorded an out yet. And you would imagine that this at bat, or they give him out here, it'll be a great way to get some confidence going now. Mike Huff up to the dish. He struck out twice today. Once in the second and once in the fifth, trying to be a victim by way of the K a third time today in this game. First pitch in there for a called strike, going 1. Comes the 0-1 offering. In there for a strike, and that puts a count at 0-2. First time Garlinger got ahead of a batter this inning. Trying to record the first out of the inning to boost his confidence going forward. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Tries to have him chase that one down in the dirt, but Huff wisely lays off. The count goes back to 1-2. The catcher for Niagara not having one of his better nights at the plate. Trying to make that change with a big hit right here. And time is called, so they'll step aside, take a little quick breather before they go right back in and playing some more baseball. Comes a 1-2 pitch from Garlinger. In there, called strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Now stepping up, it's Nick DiCarlo. He is 0 for 2 tonight as he flew out to raise, and he also popped out the first in his first 2 plate appearances. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Trying to get back-to-back outs. It'd be great. This will be huge for Garlinger. Already has 1 out. Helps to boost his confidence up a little bit. And he's trying to find the zone and keep trying to frame those pitches perfectly. Comes the 0-1 offering. In there for a strike, and now the count goes to 0-2. You can imagine now that Garlinger starting to build his confidence. This is something great if you're a Geneva fan right now. Senior relievers build up their confidence the middle part of the season. Next pitch is inside, but popped foul. Out of play near the concession stand, so we'll do it again, 0-2. DiCarlo gets a sign from Castellana. Kicks and deals. Pops one back towards the backstop. So we'll do it once more. 0-2 still. Ever since the hard at bat on a full count walk, he has thrown 7 strikes and only 1 ball. Comes the 0-2 once more. Popped back up to center. There's McDermott to make the play. And they'll be deep enough to send the runner to third, but he thought about it actually, but he goes back to second. So 2 gone in the inning, and now Niagara's down to their final out tonight. Scotty O'Brien steps in. He is 1 for 2 tonight. With a base hit back into third and stole second, so he's left at second. First pitch, hit, fouled towards the parking lot, out of play. Count goes to 0-1. Thank you all for tuning in to this game. For both games, if you guys were at both games. 0-1 offering upstairs for a ball, and that puts the count even at 1-1. Geneva 1 out away from getting out of this inning. 9-1's the score and how we got to this point. Top of the second. It was a solo home run by Jaden Lobiner of the Niagara Power to get them up early, 1-0. Then the bottom of the second, Ray Ortiz hit a 2-run home run, his first of the year. And that really got his guys going early, and then they scored 8 runs the second inning, an 8-run inning on 13 batters coming to the plate for Geneva. And then in the bottom of the fourth, they tacked on 1 more. 2-1 pitch, misses, throws in the dirt, 3-1. Now Garlinger starting to go back to his ways he was back in the first 2 batters he faced this inning. Throwing a lot of pitches in the dirt. After jumping ahead of O'Brien 0-1, he's now down 3-1. Gets a sign from Castellana. Kicks and deals. Throws into the dirt, ball 4, so bases are now loaded for Niagara. With 2 men out in the inning. They're not out of it yet, folks. Now back to the top of the order, it's Caden Carl, who's 1 for 3 tonight. Struck out swinging the first and had a base hit his last time up back in the 6th. Geneva looking to be 2 games over 500 with this win here today. After defeating Niagara earlier 1-0. First pitch in there for a called strike, going 1. Niagara looking to not have 8 straight losses on their resume. Next pitch, hit towards the backstop, out of play. And now the count goes to 0-2, and Geneva is down to their final strike tonight. 0-2 pitch, 2 outs. Runner bases are loaded for Niagara. Next pitch, cut on to second. This should do it. Throw to first, and that'll do the inning. Geneva will come away with the sweep of the doubleheader, and they now improve the record to 10-8 on the year. They'll go to 10-8 going on to Elmira tomorrow. We'll have that game covered for you. First pitch set for 7 o'clock. So be here on YouTube or the Red Wings YouTube channel. We'll have this game covered for you. And a big victory for the Red Wings overall. Start to finish. A second inning, 8-run explosion led the way to the 9-1 victory. And they now head into a 2-game sweep of the Power in this doubleheader. And thank you all for tuning in. I'm Gage Kilborn. See you guys back tomorrow night for some more Geneva baseball here on YouTube.